If you're tired of feeling stuck, tired of repeating the same emotional patterns, tired of watching other people win while you stay in the same place, this is your turning point. Because the moment you master your EQ, you stop surviving your life and start shaping it. Let us dive deep into how you start winning yours. In this chapter, we'll talk about integration, where emotional intelligence becomes identity. There comes a point in every person's life where information isn't enough.
You've read the books. You've watched the videos. You've listened to the advice. But nothing changes until you integrate. Integration is the moment you stop knowing emotional intelligence and start living it. This is when you stop reacting as your old self and begin responding as the person you want to become. If you pay close attention today, you'll notice things are about to change. You go from simply understanding emotional intelligence to actually mastering emotional control when it counts. At work, at home, or anywhere else, staying calm becomes your greatest strength. And I'm going to ask you a question that only you can answer. Do you want to win your game? Because if you do, then you'll have to build value in your character. And EQ is the master skill tree, the one that opens every hidden level in life. The game you're actually playing to win. Most people believe they are competing in the games of wealth, achievement, love, status, efficiency, and simply making it through the day. But the real game, the one underneath all of that, is the quest for emotional mastery. Because your emotions are the silent controllers, shaping how you speak, respond, and lead. They guide how you take your responsibilities as a parent, how you show love and gratitude, and how you bounce back from pain, setbacks, and letdowns. They determine how you face daily hurdles and how you build your future. Your emotional intelligence is the foundation of your character. It shapes the way you show up in the world and defines who you are. Right now, as you gather new lessons, you are actively refining and elevating your emotional intelligence. You see, our habits reveal our emotional identity. When you strive to meet your highest goals, you unlock the power of strong, mature emotional habits. But if your habits are reactive, your life will mirror that same reactivity. If your habits are intentional, you'll live an intentional life. Integration is the process of replacing the emotional autopilot with a solid emotional architecture. Let me tell you about the 3 pillars of integration. To turn emotional intelligence into a daily way of being, you need 3 things. Awareness. This is about noticing your emotional patterns. Interruptions, it's about breaking the old loops. Replacements, it's installing new emotional behaviors. Let's break these down. Awareness is the moment you see yourself clearly. Awareness is not judgment. Awareness is recognition. It's the moment you catch yourself rushing, snapping, shutting down, avoiding, overthinking, people-pleasing, escaping, spiraling. Awareness is the first step because you can't change what you can't see. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Awareness is painful because it exposes the gap between who you are and who you want to be. But that pain, that is the doorway. Interruption, breaking the old loop. Every emotional pattern follows a loop. First, something triggers you. Then you react, and that reaction leads to an outcome. This process reinforces your sense of identity. You break the loop by interrupting this chain of reactions. This happens when you pause and take control. Maybe you take a deep breath to check in with your emotions, or you step back and think before you react. It's that moment when you tell yourself, wait, not this time. Interrupting the loop means choosing to act with awareness rather than going on autopilot. That is where your power begins. The moment your awareness allows you to pause and control your response is the moment of empowerment. Replacement, time to install the upgraded you. This is the part most people skip. You cannot simply hit pause on an old pattern. You need to replace it with something better. Trade anger for clarity, avoidance for presence, defensiveness for curiosity. When you feel like shutting down, choose clear and respectful communication. Let responsibility and thoughtful action replace fear. This is how emotional intelligence transforms into who you are. You don't rise by removing the old you. You rise by building the new you, totally aware and in control of your emotions. Integration is identity construction. Every choice you make is a vote for the person you're becoming. The daily integration practices, real-world, doable, transformational. Here are the practices that turn EQ into a lifestyle. The morning emotional check-in. Ask yourself, what emotional state am I starting with today? This sets your baseline. The midday reset. Ask yourself, what story am I telling myself right now? This prevents spirals. The evening debrief. Ask yourself, what did I learn about myself today? This builds emotional intelligence faster than anything else. The repair ritual. When you mess up, you'll be able to repair quickly. This builds trust and emotional maturity. The identity anchor. Every morning, say, I am becoming the person who, and finish the sentence. Identity drives behavior. Behavior builds destiny. The heart of this chapter. Integration is not about perfection. It's about alignment. It's about becoming the version of yourself you respect. The version your kids admire. The version your future self thanks you for. And it all starts with one question. Do you want to win your game? If the answer is yes, then master your EQ. This is your life upgrade. Not a moment, a lifestyle. Not a lesson, a legacy. Carry that with you today and every day. And before you go, I want to acknowledge something important. In a world drowning in digital noise, distraction, and dopamine traps, you stayed. You listened. You learned. You finished. That alone puts you ahead of most people. We live in a TLDR world. Too long didn't read. Too busy didn't think. Too distracted didn't grow. But you broke that pattern today. You chose growth over scrolling. You chose awareness over autopilot. You chose evolution over entertainment. So congratulations, truly. If you haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to join this movement. Like the video. Share it with someone who needs emotional clarity, a friend, a colleague, a loved one. Because EQ is not just self-help. EQ is how we reduce aggression, how we prevent road rage, how we lower stress, how we protect our health, how we create peace internally and universally. EQ is not about beating someone else. EQ is about lifting each other. It's collaboration. It's understanding. It's humanity. Thank you for your time, your attention, and your willingness to grow. Join me in the next chapter. And together, let's build an ecosystem that promotes peace through emotional intelligence.